Christopher Friedel here at the Texas Blockchain Council at Consensus. We have Herbert Sims with the Bitcoin Man. And
Thank you for having me here today.
No, thank you for having us on today. So
maybe I'll do a quick introduction.
Yeah, definitely.
About myself, probably not so known in Texas yet.
Okay.
Hi everybody. My name is Herbert Sim, the Bitcoin Man. I founded Crypto Chain University in 2010.
Okay.
The world's first repository for compiling blockchain research papers.
In 2010.
2010. That's 13 years ago.
Yeah.
But fun fact, I actually did it out of Oklahoma City.
No,
that's
a little bit. Yeah, it's not too far from here. It's very far from Singapore.
Oh yeah. So I actually did my degree in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was there that I got introduced to cypherpunks. It's basically a group of computer scientists pushing privacy and decentralization, and from there, that was when I started learning about Bitcoin.
Were you in technology? Were you studying technology at Oklahoma?
So I'm actually studying mass communication.
Okay.
Nothing to do with crypto, but I became the only marketer for my frat guys. Right? They were all computer scientists, so they pulled me into that circle. Activism for cypherpunks.
So you got just sucked into
sucked in, and I became the marketer for them, being in the media. So I helped to push the agenda of it. So subsequently, I founded the Bitcoin Man to push Bitcoin adoption. So Bitcoin Man is actually trademarked in UK, US as well, and over the years,
international sensation.
Thank you so much. So what happened next was 2016, the Bitcoin Man. 2017, I joined Huobi as the Global Operations Director. I was leading operations, and what I did in Beijing and Shanghai was I actually launched a Huobi token with my team.
Mm-hmm.
We raised 400 million in 13 seconds. So yeah, that's a good reaction. So in China, it went viral, this feed, and then I became known as 彼得币侠. It means Bitcoin hero in China.
Okay.
So across Asia, it started booming. And if you guys remember, December 2017, Bitcoin from 1,000 shot to 20,000.
Yeah.
So the past 3 bull runs were all led by China. And now the thing is, at the point of time,
China sets the
for crypto, but after that it dropped, right? And the thing is, all the buyers were actually Americans. The hands changed. Yeah. So what happened now is we are moving towards the new bull run. Actually, I'm going ahead of myself now.
You're like, where?
Okay, back to my quick introduction. So I was working at Huobi as the Global Operations Director.
Okay.
And then after I left, I started.
That must have been a crazy experience.
Yeah,
raising that much money that quickly.
And because you raise that much, you become in the eyes of the regulators. So PBOC Bank was really investigating, looking into what this Huobi company is. So to give you insight, Huobi was the biggest crypto exchange in the world from 2013 to 17. It's the Binance equivalent today.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the past, if you maybe understand China, there's currency control. You cannot citizens cannot move more than $25,000 out every year, right? But how are the Chinese going around the world and buying out big properties? How are they, right? So there must be some method for them to move money out, and so that's why the government was investigating at Bitcoin.
Okay.
And the point was, when it shot to 20,000, just sending 1 Bitcoin, 1.5 Bitcoin out, you already crossed the thresh limit for the whole entire year.
Yeah.
So straight away, there was a blanket ban in China on Bitcoin itself.
Just so they win the capital controls.
Yeah, so the money doesn't flow out of the country. Now, the thing is, what happens if the world's biggest crypto exchange crashes? That's the end of crypto, right?
Especially earlier on.
Yeah, so at that point of time, it was vital, because I was Global Operations Director of Huobi then, and being the only foreigner, like a Singaporean, I brought them out from Beijing into Singapore during that point of time. With my team, we actually launched Huobi token after, and then raised a lot of money. And then that one became a viral feed. So now the thing is, after that, I started pushing the Bitcoin Man as a venture capital, investing and growth hacking different projects across the world.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So most recently, I joined Swipe to Trade.
Swap to trade, you said?
Swipe to Trade.
Swipe to trade? Okay.
Yeah, Swipe to Trade.io.
All right.
Very catchy name, right? Okay, so just to give a brief background about Swipe to Trade, it's basically the Tinder of crypto trading. I think the name is a giveaway, right?
You swipe right?
Swipe. Yeah. So I'm sure you use Tinder, right?
Absolutely. My wife loves that. Yeah. Listen, I've been with my wife for like 20 years, so
Okay.
that was way before the Tinder.
Okay,
so
congratulations.
I am not using Tinder.
Okay, well done. Big disclaimer there, yeah?
Yeah, I don't want to go home again. Might not be good for me.
Yeah, okay, but for me, well, I'm using Tinder.
So you're on there now.
And,
So if anybody wants to meet you, they can meet you on Tinder.
And the thing is, my mom also uses Tinder.
Okay.
But not for herself, but to help her son find good candidates.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I guess the Asian thing, you're gonna find a good daughter-in-law or something like that.
I gotcha.
Okay, but back to the thing is,
We veered off topic a little bit.
so there are 95 million people, daily active users of Tinder.
Yep.
Daily. Okay, so, and across 195 different countries across the world, right? So the thing now is, people across the world have subconsciously, unconsciously formed a habit of swiping left and right. So we took that, we got the inspiration to actually do it for crypto, right? We want to make crypto mass adopted across the world, right? So we want to make it so easy that even grandmothers can join.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's our goal, right? Now the thing is, this swiping function is so simple. You just click to how much you want to buy and then you just swipe right. Now we also have another function which is like copy trading, right? But we took one further that only experts, real expert traders, can actually share their tips. Why I say real experts is because there's so many celebrities out there telling people what to buy, right? I'm not going to name drop who.
There's a ton of them. There's a ton of,
especially in America, right? And Ed is going after them. Yeah, so the like example, right? Kim
Yep.
Kim K, yeah.
So we're worldwide across from a few that are.
Yeah, good one.
Yep.
So the thing now is all these experts tell you to buy crypto or maybe even buy a certain price, but the thing is they will dump the price on the users.
Yep.
Right? So to prevent such irresponsible behaviors, we launched Swipe to Trade where you can only follow experts with good ratings, right? So you can see their past records. If they've done something like that before, dumping on their users, it will reflect badly on their ratings.
So they'll socialize the aspect of, someone's experience, past experience, and it carries forward.
Yeah.
You prefer to pick the better quality.
I can tell you've been in
Experts.
crypto for some time now,
I
yeah?
don't know. I might have been. I'm liquidity. I'm just liquidity. I'm someone else's liquidity. Now I just buy Bitcoin, right?
Okay, that's a good choice,
Just make it.
So we made it so easy that you can just copy somebody just by swipe right. If you want to copy his, your example, your advice, you say buy Bitcoin at 30,000, sell at 31,000. Do you want to follow? So follow means swiping right. So the moment I swipe right, you get a commission.
Okay.
So if you have 1 million followers, you get 1 million commission, and that really adds up. So right now, today, there's no platform in the world that monetizes the knowledge of traders, right? They could possibly set up a community, Telegram or something, have a subscription. But what happens at Swipe to Trade is we ingrain monetization in every trade. So when you make a trade, when the user copy you and make a trade, instantaneously you get a commission, right? So the thing is, more people copy you, the more commission you get.
Got it. So it's just similar to the referral exchange fees, and you can build a community around it rather than just have an affiliate link where they just have one individual trade.
And much more.
Right.
So the thing now
Is there engagement are you able to have the engagement, when you're going out, not just your trades, but also publishing your information?
You're spot on. So when an expert shares his tip, people copy that trade. They simply pay $1 for that tip.
Okay.
Right. 50% goes to platform, 50% goes to the expert, and clocks up, right? You start earning a lot of passive income just by sharing tips. And the thing is, users themselves get to verify if those trades actually make money.
Okay.
Right. So over time, the experience, people are like, oh, this guy is really good. More and more people start to copy. And this will weed out all the bad actors, the fake traders, the celebrities. It will weed all of them out, and only the real will be standing, the real traders. And it's good for the community and good for the industry as a whole. And it's bragging rights for the expert. Right. Example, if you're a real trader, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm using Swipe to trade. Check my account out. Check my ratings. It's legit. Something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
No, so it's you get the better traders. You're able to filter out some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I guess you're trying to figure out what is the game. It sounds like you're trying to use game theory and
wow, a master's business administration angle.
That's what I'm saying.
Game theory.
Let's discuss game theory, but just use a lot of the stuff that people are programming. Tap into some of the psychology that's going on behind. You're using other networks that people have already formed these habits. How do you tap into the habits? How do you tap into align the incentives for the influencer side, the trading side? Do you see any where do you see the challenges or issues or conflicts of interest between influencers, users, the exchange that exist out there right now?
Okay, so I've been in the industry over a decade now, 13 years to be exact.
Which is like almost the entire.
Almost. I was 1.5, 2 years late to the game.
Yeah.
If not, I could have bought Bitcoin at 10 cents maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So to give an insight, back to the topic. Yes, we copy based on the habits and all. Now the thing is, I'm actually financially comfortable already, right? Maybe even retired. But why I'm jumping back, taking an executive role, CEO of Swipe to Trade, is because I believe in this project that it will revolutionize trading, right? We want to make it crypto adoption for the masses, right? That was the vision of the Bitcoin Man from the start. Why I created the Bitcoin Man was to push Bitcoin adoption across the world. So same way now at Swipe to Trade, I foresee this product, making crypto mass adoption across the world, right? Because like I mentioned, Tinder is in 195 countries in the world, over 95 million daily active users, right? So based on that, if we simply tap into that community, crypto will go viral, right?
Yeah.
And I actually shared in a couple of interviews here at Consensus that Bitcoin will, by 2030, it will be $1 million each.
$1 million.
That's my prediction.
That's your prediction. All right.
Yes. And I've been saying that actually since at least 2016,
Okay.
And the thing is, everybody was like, this is bullshit. But look what happened, the past few bull runs, you had 20x, right, in December 2017. And Bitcoin even hit 69,000 thanks to Elon Musk joining in.
Yep.
Right. And now we're looking at possibly, the way I see it, probably even 200,000 by end of this year, possibly. Because now
200,000 by the end of this year.
yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously crypto is very volatile, so please do your own research. Don't trust the celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You can't. They're saying don't trust you.
Oh,
You're the
yeah.
celebrity, right?
Thank you. But yes, indeed. Always do your research. Right.
Yeah, I think that I think it's when you're looking at some of the leverage that's in the system right now, or the leverage that was in the system, going to 200,000 without the leverage is that's stepping out on a limb a little bit there.
Okay, but let me give you some facts why maybe 200,000.
Yeah, let's run through.
Yeah, so the past 3 bull runs, like I was sharing, is actually led by China, right? If you do your research. Now, the thing is, so Hong Kong is about to allow buy, sell, trade crypto, right, on 1st of June. And Hong Kong is a gateway to China. So what we're seeing is a flurry of excitement across China where everybody's ready to pour their money into Hong Kong to invest into crypto, right? And it means that China has already somewhat laxed on their regulations of crypto. Or possibly they already have their own line of regulations to take care of this piece.
Okay.
Right? So most countries go through a whole entire ban first before they actually approve. right? And you see it the same way in India as well, right? And these are some of the world's biggest economies, not just America, right? So now what we're seeing in America is the same thing. The government is kind of suppressing crypto, right? SEC is suing all the big celebrities and all, the FTX implosion, right? So we are seeing now
Coinbase setting up operations elsewhere.
Yeah, so the big boys are leaving, you know. So the thing now is, this is what happens. It's a cycle. So after the ban, eventually, with enough,
we're trying to correct that. By the way, we're trying to get that. You know,
I sincerely hope so.
Legislation side, we're working hard to.
I really hope so, because USA is the, you know, the world looks at USA as the bait of innovation, right? You have your San Francisco, Silicon Valley,
Austin. We're in Austin.
Yeah, Austin. Texas. Yeah. Love the Cowboys.
That's right.
Yeah. So the thing is, US is the bait of innovation. Now the thing is, for them to suppress crypto, it is a low blow, you know, a punch in the gut for innovation in general. And now the thing is, you don't want to hamper innovation and technology growth, because that is where actually America, the world looks at it, and all the technology that comes out of it, right? If you suppress it, what happens is people are going to be afraid to even innovate, right? And it's quite sad, honestly.
It's challenging to, you know, if you don't have a strong legal foundation, you don't have a good regulation for people to put capital out there, for people to spend their lives, you know.
Okay, the way I see it is, possibly they could take a little tip from Singapore's playbook, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, Singapore, you know, it's only 50 years old. It was a fishing village to first world in less than 50 years, right? The management very well.
It's a leader in many areas.
Yeah, but obviously we told told the line as well in terms where they are very proactive to innovations, and the regulations catch up as well, right? So it's constantly playing a very, very healthy line. Like, you don't want to throw in too much regulation and hamper innovation. At the same time, you want to have regulations to protect the people, right? So now maybe America is trying to protect its people too much to the point that it's hampering innovation.
Do you think it's, when you look at the regulation, do you see it as protecting, or do you see it as political interests trying to, you know, retain entrenched interests?
Obviously, I'm being politically correct.
Correct. I'm a little bit less. Blockchain council is supposed to be politically correct. Yeah, I tend to not.
Okay, but you are spot on. Obviously, there's a lot of political agendas behind, right? Obviously, we all know FTX was supporting the Democrats, right? And the opposition, example, the Republicans, is backed by other players, right? Like your Elon Musk, probably.
Yeah.
And that's why you should see an entire shift of money, the money flow, right? And
look at the money, look at the seats. You can, but that tells the truth.
Yeah, but politics aside, I think innovation is key here, right? We want all the Americans in general, right, to continue being creative, to innovate, to throw out new tech, right? And that is very vital for the country as a whole to survive. And why Singapore is able to jump so quickly is because there's a lot of innovation as well. It's an innovation hub. The university is always trying to bring in foreign talents to help groom the local talents.
We stole your idea. We launched the Don't Mess with Texas Innovation campaign 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we're trying to help the miners.
Yeah.
And you're spot on mine innovation side.
And that's why even Elon Musk moved to Texas, right? He moved his factory here.
Yeah. There's a lot of companies that are moving over here.
Yeah. Well, the way I see it, why I started at Oklahoma City, just beside Texas, was because I love the Midwest kind of vibe, you know? So and that's why I kind of chose Oklahoma. It's because there was this the Red Indians and Cowboys, but Texas is more just Cowboys.
It's just Cowboys. It is just Cowboys.
So I want to get the all-American experience. That's why I went there. Yes.
Excellent. Cool. Well, what do you? You said do you run a fund that you have multiple companies that you're building right now, or is you just focusing on the swipe trade?
Okay. Thank you for asking that. So at the Bitcoin Man, it's like a venture and incubator. We help to growth hack projects.
So they need to be, do companies need to be based out of Singapore, or do you do it everywhere?
When we actually have a company, it's more like it's global.
Okay.
So even people in Texas, for example, can reach out to me. I love to see how I can help, you know. But that being said, obviously there's a long list of people that are asking for help, collaboration,
Bunch of
partnership.
people asking you for money and help and connections and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Correct. So because I have a global network, right, of VCs, angel investors, and all your strategic needs, I have connections because I've been in the industry for more than 13 years to be exact, right? So, and I used to work for one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world. So I'm well connected enough to help projects growth hack. So that's where I help projects to reach mass adoption. And that's what I'm doing for Swipe to Trade as well. And that's why we are one of the main sponsors here at Consensus. Yeah.
It's great. Well, it's great to have you. Great to start to swing by. So if anyone's trying to get a hold of you, the Bitcoin Man, they've got a project, they'll reach out there.
Yeah. Please reach out to me at
What's the best way?
Social media.
Okay, your social media.
Preferably Twitter, right? I support Elon Musk's Twitter.
Listen, I mean, Elon gets it, right? You see some of these tech companies, Elon's going to be, integrating crypto into, into Twitter. You have that social network that's there, and that's where people are hanging out. That's where people are doing business. We're talking to someone else earlier. LinkedIn is, people go there to die, or they're just not doing as much business, right?
Actually, that we're on this topic, right? It just hit me that I want to share something that probably no other individuals out here has ever shared. Okay, it's a biblical angle about our current future tech.
Okay. What religion am I?
Yeah.
I'm Catholic.
Okay. I was wondering if it's politically correct,
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Ryan can edit it out.
But Christians in general, Catholics all read the Bible, right?
Yeah, Christians.
So, taking a verse out of the Bible in Revelation.
What are you, by the way?
I'm Christian.
Okay.
Protestant.
Okay.
So the thing is, in Revelations, they talk about the mark of the beast. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 666, right? So now the thing is, nobody can buy or sell without the mark of the beast. And so this technology today is already here. Decentralization, Bitcoin, does it ring a bell? So so every transaction is tracked on blockchain. So when I heard about it in 2010, I was like, man, this is the future. This is prophesied in the Bible, right? Now, that's the software. How about the hardware? So there's this guy that I mentioned, Elon Musk. I'm sure we all know one of his company called Neuralink that's putting the neural chip into the human brain, right? That is
a little disturbing.
Yeah, but the way I see it is that might be also the future that's coming.
Yep.
Right? A lot of Americans will hate to hear this, but the same way like the vaccine is forced down across the world, the same way the neural chip will be forced down across the world. And you're hearing it from the Bitcoin man that, foresaw Bitcoin, right? So now I'm foreseeing that the neural chip that Elon Musk is building.
Are you going to put a time stamp to that? So we got 200,000 by the end of the year, and then...
So why I predicted Bitcoin to be $1 million by 2030 is because the way I see the timeline for this neural chip to be embedded in everybody's head must be 2030. Why I derive at this number? Okay, things are getting a little scary here. I can see your eyes widening,
We're just going to edit this out. Although the problem is you have video, so it's not edited there. So
Okay, so back to the topic. So why 2030 is because, there's a prophecy that Jesus is coming back.
Okay.
On the third day.
Okay.
Okay, and the third day is, one day is 1,000 years. So on the third day, the third day means 2030. The day that Jesus died, 30 years old, 233 range, right?
Okay.
Now, the thing is, the way I see it, he has to push this mark by this date. And I think that we're in Texas, a lot here are Christians and liberals, right? So that's why I'm sharing this angle, because it's something that nobody else is covering. It's something very, very interesting that people need to know about. Like, actually, the whole world is moving towards the prophecies that were actually prophesied in the Bible. Interesting, right?
Yeah,
And coming from a Chinese guy.
You put some interesting connections together.
Yeah.
It's definitely an angle I would not have taken it down. So,
Never mind, you could actually cut this out, it's okay, it's okay.
It's all good. It's all good. No, we appreciate you stopping by. It's really cool to see guys that have been in the space. I mean, it's just you've been around for a while. Were you ever I'm gonna ask you an uncomfortable question.
Sure.
Were you ever a Bitcoin maxi? Were you just Bitcoin only? So the entire Bitcoin only.
Okay, so
There's the range of
this thing called.
decentralization. What's your take on it?
Okay, so Bitcoin Maxi, we all heard of it, right? But there's this thing called toxic Bitcoin Maxi.
Okay.
So what exactly is this toxic? Means he's only into Bitcoin and nothing else, right? Everything else is shitcoins, right? So I'm the guy that is, I love Bitcoin, yes, that's why the Bitcoin man. But what I've been doing is actually promoting crypto industry as a whole.
Okay.
Right? It's because of all the other altcoins that came about, even the bad actors, and that is why crypto now is more and more mass adopted. Yeah. Right? More and more people are hearing about what crypto Bitcoin is. Thanks to this, all the altcoins that are coming about. Yeah. So I kind of welcome it. Although I'm also happy at the same time that regulators are coming in to make sure
You're
that
happy the regulators are coming in.
okay. Yeah, in a way so, because it actually helps the industry grow and mature.
Right.
Right.
That's when the institutional capital can come in.
Correct.
Right.
And it's only okay. The Bitcoin maxis will hate me for saying this. That I'm welcoming regulations. In fact, I would probably get a lot of hate for saying that. Now, but the thing is, okay, if we look at it logically, if you want the industry to mature and grow, you need regulators to come in. So, and that's why all the big boys are trying to find a way to work with the regulators, right? But then again, if the regulators are too hard-handed, the big boys are just going to run away, like how Coinbase is.
Right. Do you see with the change in regulation in Hong Kong right now? Do you see that affecting the mining industry in China at some point, reversing some of the mining mandates?
Okay, so now the way I see it, Hong Kong is more moving towards the trading side of things, buying and selling trading. For the mining, that will still take some time. China used to be one of the biggest miners in the world. In fact, we have Bitmain, which is the biggest miner in the world. They have a booth here as well. So now the thing is, when China banned crypto, that December 2017, all these miners start shifting out of China, right? They move towards Russia, Kazakhstan, a lot.
Texas,
Texas as well, North America. Now the thing is, mining is still a very tough piece. I would say the hash rate has gone way up. So many competition, right? And the thing is, 19.5 million Bitcoins or more have already been mined, which means, and there are only 21 million Bitcoins, right? If you do the math, only 1 million plus Bitcoins are left to be mined, right? So if you know, so everybody's competing for this last 1 million.
Yep.
Now, who is holding the 19 million Bitcoins?
Chinese.
Yeah. So the thing is, people gotta understand. Yeah, but you're half right. So the way I see it, a lot of this Bitcoin is still in China.
Okay.
Right, and they are holding it. And the way I see is, possibly SEC is trying to shake the Chinese wallets out. Right, they want the Chinese to sell their Bitcoins. And then what happened is, when they shake them out already and they're comfortable with the amount of percentage they have, the SEC possibly can even print enough money to buy in a huge stake of Bitcoin. And when that happens, Bitcoin can easily hit $1 million.
So you see it as a bit, possibly as a
It's
bit of a geopolitical strategic move to redistribute the existing resources.
Yeah, because there's only 21 million Bitcoins, right? So it's all about supply and demand. So now you do not have the supply, what do? You try to scare fear, uncertainty, despair. You FUD the market, you make them sell. When they sell, you buy, and then you start shilling again, right?
Yep.
It's a rinse and repeat. The banks are all doing this for the stock markets, right? So much less crypto.
Yeah, so where do you see, so two questions for you. Where do you see the opportunity right now for someone that's sitting at home, they want to try and get involved in the space? You used, when you were in Oklahoma, you used kind of your existing understanding of communications and marketing to jump into the space. where would you suggest people look for opportunity, not just buying or selling something, but what can they do? How can they, how would you suggest if they want to get plugged into the space?
Okay, so the thing now is, I would say always do your research first before you even enter the space or put money, and never just put your money blindly with someone.
Yeah, no, I was meaning not money. I was meaning more like they're like
Started
business,
buying.
Yeah, business of building something.
Okay, so users aside, they can always with an exchange that's legally allowed in America, they can buy their Bitcoins, and then I would say hold on to it, right? For the long term, it has proven that you get great ROI. Okay, now the thing is, that's for the individuals. Now businesses themselves, they should be looking into the blockchain technology, right? In fact, blockchain technology is being adopted across industries, from logistics to even the gas and oil industry, right? Where they are tracking every transactions across the world on blockchain, right? And there's many more users, like even in the medical industry, you could actually start tracking your medical records on blockchain. And so it's decentralized, it's privacy as well, because it's all anonymous, right, in code. So, and the thing is, you get access across the world. So now more and more people are joining the game across the world. So it's okay.
So understand the technology, better understand the technology, and see how to implement that technology into your business that you're
Yes, that's right. So obviously institutions are already in the game buying Bitcoin. Now the thing is, it's a matter of time before the mass adoption happens for the average user and businesses as well. And the faster you can adapt and learn this tech, especially in Texas, for example, if you guys are starting to, embrace this tech, learn about it, you're going to scale so fast that you're going to become the major city in the whole entire world. You could.
That's we like that.
Yeah, you'll beat the likes of New York.
Maybe one day we'll catch up with China. What do you see right now that in China where people can appreciate aspects of cryptocurrencies that maybe we don't appreciate over here? There were some aspects, some things, some understanding that's in China.
Okay.
I did Singapore that is not maybe understood in the West.
Okay. I come from a very unique perspective from Singapore because Singapore is neutral, right? We are both pro US and China. So we are in the center, and that's why Donald Trump came to Singapore to meet the other world leaders, right? So the thing now is, in Singapore, my perspective is, I would say, not biased, right? So I can give a very clear, unbiased kind of angle. Now, talking about this, I've been to China, I've been to America, right? Now, the thing is, in China, the government splashed huge amount of money into the infrastructure of the country. What is this infrastructure? The roads, the houses, the railways are all brand new. Like if you've been in New York, the railways, the train stations are old, right? It's not being rejuvenated, refreshed. So the way I see it is, if the government can start, investing into the infrastructure, building up the cities within America and groom it further, instead of spending money so much on military, possibly spend on infrastructure.
Spend a little bit of money.
Okay,
a little bit of money on the military.
That's my own personal humble opinion, right? Because China is investing so much on their infrastructure, and you can really see it because they were like a third world 50 years ago, like Singapore. But if you've been there recently, there are towers, scrapers in at least 20 cities. How many cities in America are that, high infrastructure?
Yeah.
Well, America, yes, it is a superpower, top of the world, but maybe it's resting on its laurels, right? I'm actually hoping to see America spend more on its people.
Rejuvenation of
rejuvenate its people and all. And I believe in world peace, not war. So I'm also hoping America can start pushing innovation, start investing in its people. That's the same way China is doing, right? Why I say this is because in Singapore, the government does invest in its people very, very much, right? And that's why Singapore has zero resource, zero oil, zero nothing.
No.
So what it has, it's the people. And it invests heavily in the people. They skill the workers up. They send them for courses, things like that. And then the people start to skill up, and we bring more money, more companies to the country. and
I hear it's extremely expensive to live in Singapore. Everyone's
but the thing is, how are people trying to keep up?
Yeah.
Right? It's because people keep scaling up, and they get more jobs there.
Right.
Same way in Texas, right? Start learning about blockchain because blockchain is the future, right? And if you know about it, more companies and jobs can be sent to Texas, right? And it's as simple as that. The people are the assets.
The
yeah?
people are the
People are the assets, and it's not just about the oil in Texas. It's much more. The people are the assets, right? You value the people, you scale them up. That's how the country can grow. Yeah.
Right. Have you read? You've read Cryptonomicon? It talks about the Japan losing its gold reserves ended up being a good thing because it forced the Japanese people to develop technology, and that was the new wealth. The new wealth is when you're going and build something, building business.
Wow, you're very knowledgeable, yeah? Well done.
No, last question. What do you see from a local government standpoint? We're here locally in Texas. We're trying to promote. We're helping Bitcoin miners redistrict here. We're helping tech companies are building stuff out here in Austin and locally. What do you see as important on the local level that people do to help facilitate growth in the blockchain space?
Okay, it's a very good question you brought up. So that the government is helping the miners, right? I think that's a very, very good initiative, right? But beyond just miners, okay, mining is just a small aspect of crypto. There's much more. And I, from being here in Austin, I see so many talents. You included for one, right?
Yeah, I'll pay you the $20 later for that compliment.
Okay, that's why I'm saying people are the assets.
Yep.
Right? And the government should be actually scaling up the people, especially the young children out there, right? You got to take the education of blockchain, Bitcoin, to the universities itself. The young people are the talents, the minds of the future, right? And we want them to be educated in this so they understand how to take this onto the workplace. Yeah? And they can now compete against even bigger economies like China or India, whatever, right? So America can continue being a superpower.
So preparing them for the world of tomorrow, preparing the children to be able to handle problems that are developing now, rather than waiting for old technologies. We did last 2 weeks ago. We did it with TCU. We're looking at Texas A&M. We're working with different universities to try and help them get programs to help build that up. So
it's beautiful. Yeah,
we're working at it a little bit. So
awesome. One step at a time.
One step at a time.
You have a vision, and then one step at a time, you eventually.
And then you get set back a little bit, and you go some more. So, is there anything else that you can tell your audience that you want to make sure that you touch base on before we wrap up?
Well, first off, check out swipetotrade.io.
Okay.
I covered that earlier in the interview. And obviously, check me out on social media. It's Herbert R. Sim on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Which social media do you like the best? For your personal user experience, what do you like?
Okay. Well, I have always been a big supporter of Elon Musk.
Okay.
Always been.
All right.
No, because he has been somebody very futuristic, right?
Okay.
All his companies we've seen, it's always something of the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier about the Neurochip, Neuralink, I love that. And since you've taken over Twitter, if you've noticed, X Corp bought over Twitter.
Yep.
X Corp is basically Elon Musk, right?
That's it.
It's left pocket, right pocket. But back to the topic. 666 actually translate to X.
Does it really?
There is actually professors, many theses about this. 666 translate one letter X.
It's interesting.
So the thing now is, X is going to do a payment service. It just registered a payment service.
Yep.
The legal angle, right? Now he's going to take Twitter and payment together all in one, name X, and he has Neuralink that's going to be embedded on your forehead. What's going to happen? You just put two and two together, So who is going to be the one world leader? Who knows? Very hard to say, right?
All right. So, final question. This is the real final question. What's your anonymous Twitter handle that you don't tell people? Anyway, thanks for stopping. I appreciate you stopping by today. All right.
Cheers, mate.
Hey.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We had a great time here at Consensus. At the Texas Blockchain Council, we are striving to be the nexus between traditional industries, banking, finance, legal, energy, and the digital asset industry. So we want to help you get your brand in front of those kinds of companies with B2B opportunities. Reach out to us if that's of interest for membership or for sponsorship at the summit. Hope to see you there in November in Fort Worth. Thanks again. We look forward to seeing you at the summit.